I don't.
Say why. Say why.
Have it rolling.
Yeah, I do. Tell me
Well,
why.
because I think I explored the authentic movement approach because I really felt kind of my spirit, my artistic spirit had been broken because I wasn't able to do the 3 pirouettes and stay on the dime, or the 6 o'clock leg extension, or I didn't reach that level of technical perfection. At the same time, there was a lot of praise around my ability to dance and perform. So in that, at the same time, there was a certain amount of feeling of inadequacy, or feeling of though I missed the mark. And so and teaching children, I wanted them to feel like their mark was the mark, and what they brought to the movement was enough, so I wanted to find ways to offer dance to children and to people who say, oh, I'm not a dancer, to find the mover inside of themselves and be okay with that and feel good about whatever type of movement that came out of them. And that's why I tap into actually paying homage to the space, paying homage to directions, north, east, south, and west, the highs, the lows, the mediums, and which ties over to our life. We have to find all these directions, all these different levels of life. They may be emotional. Sometimes we're really low. Sometimes we're just kind of okay. And sometimes we're feeling extra high. So I wanted us to explore that through movement and what that would look like authentically, not saying let's do a technical terminology of dance, but a movement. What does that movement look like to you to pay homage to your life and to space?
And I've just come to see you as a person who has to do amazing work to hold the virtues of gratitude and peace. You have that as your values, gratitude. You speak those words, gratitude and peace. How do you think the arts are helping you do that, and what helps you do that?
Well, I think of the arts as an opportunity, a great opportunity for me to remind myself and others. I often greet people with peace and many blessings. And the reason why I say that, and I explored that, the reason why I say that is because I want to remind myself and the people that at any point we could find and tap into that feeling of peace. We can find that peace within our side of ourselves. And also to remember the many blessings that are given to us just by waking up, by taking a breath, by the earth, wind, fire, and water, to remember that those are our blessings. And so through the arts, it allows me to support people in remembering their blessings through movement, through sound, through their personal stories that oftentimes many times connects to all the stories. So in that there is gratitude. Once we find those connecting links, we can find peace and we can find gratitude.
And one thing I've really been following, and I'm also in awe of, is you have a life and a story that is connected to people that are famous, people that have seen the worst of the worst. Particularly here in Oakland, to have lived through the 70s and 80s, around the political and cultural landscape of our city and the wider world. Just you have constantly lived right at that crux of the challenge. So it's pretty amazing to see you continue to hold this faith, I guess. How do you do that?
Well, wow. Peace and many blessings. But for real, I've had an opportunity, thanks to my mother, to explore religion. And, she took us to the Church and to Jehovah Witnesses and to, you know, the Orthodox Muslims and to the Baptists and the many different denominations of Christianity. And I feel, and Buddhism, and I feel like because my mom introduced me to those practices and she told me, you can pray with anyone and anywhere, any mosque or temple or home or park, that is your right to be able to pray with the people. And so I feel like my mom telling me that has also supported me to where I'm at today, to just hold on. You know, I think of that song, Hold On, just a little while longer, because it is about the people. It's about the humanity. It's about us recognizing that religion, gender, economics, none of that should keep us from honoring one another and supporting each other to be happy, because I feel like that is the ultimate goal of the humanity of our being, is to be happy.
Wow. And that's what I see in the little ones. You call them the babies. I love that. You have a way of being that secure place for the young. That I know when people have witnessed you teaching kids meditation or yoga or movement meditation or just how to be, you know, be there, you just teach them that they can have their own peace. And I don't know if you can say anything about working with the young as well as the intergenerational families. I mean, I know that's really important to you.
Very important to me. Somehow I feel like it's important for us to get back to the multi-generational play. I feel like we've become so far removed from the multi-generational play. How do we get back to that? How do we start moving and chanting and making music with our children instead of sending them off to do their thing and we go off and do our thing? How do we come back and do it together? But I also feel like the kid, the child, the baby never leaves any of us. And so I would like to find a way to, you know, remind the grown-ups, the adults, to tap back into their childlike spirit so that they could make room for that time, make space and time for, you know, play with the young people. And I feel like there's a part of me that still needs to tap more into my grown-up, my adult. At the same time, I honor the fact that I'm able to tap into my little girl. You know, quite wounded. I haven't shared much of that, but at the same time, I feel like it's no more wounded than most children. And so, and how I'm able to tap into getting the children to meditate and pay homage to their family, folks, and friends, and to themselves and to the earth is because they already know. I'm just reminding them that it's important that we continue to do that, because oftentimes in our world they don't see the adults acting that out. They don't see the adults paying homage to one another and to the world, and so I'm only a facilitator to remind them, because they already know, and I'm reminding them that it's okay even though you don't see it that often. It's really okay to love one another and to play with one another and support each other and give each other compliments. And
So I'm just realizing how cool it is. I do believe that you are sitting behind the bar of the new Lamppost Bar and Grill. This, you know, this space, this location where there's now this earthquake retrofit wall behind you at Interplace. This used to be where the bar was. And this is the location where the Black Panther revolution and that knowingness about justice and injustice and the struggle to create community, you know, recreate a world with elders and kids, and you know, this very place at this very location was a place of conversation as well as, you know, imbibing. And isn't that amazing? I mean, I think one of my dreams for Interplace is that great people like you could be hosting, you know, the spirit of happiness and coming together. Yes. That would be so great.
Yes.
So, thank you.
Thank you. It's important that we continue the work.
Yeah.
And it's the good and bad comes hand in hand. That's what one other thing my mom would always say. The good and bad comes hand in hand. And then in that moment we decide which one we're going to deal with. We're going to deal with the bad energy or we're going to deal with the good energy. Let's make a choice to deal with the good energy. We can make that choice. And find the good energy in the bad energy because it's right there. So we can decide to do that. And so that's how I choose to live my life. So peace and many blessings. And so it is.